Hello, good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday. If you ever felt to yourself, this is taking too long in terms of you not getting any results and you feel hopeless, this is for you because I'm going to describe to you something called the X Factor. That's right, the X Factor. Not the show, but being unreasonable with yourself. That is the X Factor. How much you are being unreasonable with yourself is the determinant of how far you'll be with regards to your goals. 9 months have passed so far. 9 months. Sorry, 9 months are remaining of 2025. 3 months have passed so far. Three months have passed so far. So if you want to ask yourself, why is it that you're not getting what you want? And why is it taking so long for you to get what you want? You have to ask yourself for the past 3 months, what have you done? How much time have you wasted? How much mind-numbing activities have you been doing? How much Netflix have you watched? How many movies have you watched? How much time have you spent on your phone scrolling endlessly? Hours just spent, wasted. How many times have you done that? That is the X factor. And yes, the one thing that I really don't like, to be quite honest with you, and that's the reason why I don't tell anyone anything anymore, and I haven't told anyone anything for a long time, in terms of the problems that I'm facing or whatever, is because all I keep hearing all the time from people that love me, like people who actually care for me a lot. They say you're being too hard on yourself. And I'm sure you've heard this a lot. You're being too hard on yourself. You should take it easy. Take a break. Relax. Chill. You work too much. You work too hard. You want too much. And so I decided consciously that it's of no one's business for them to know what I'm going through. Because obviously, everyone that has big goals and big dreams is going to go through a shit ton of pain. Excuse my French. And so if you're going to go and complain to someone, well, guess what? Either A, they don't want to see you suffer, or two, they don't want to hear it. So they'll tell you something for you to shut up. And they'll try to find a solution for you so that you can basically get out of the situation, tell you, you should probably not do this because all you do is complain. So be unreasonable with yourself and keep it to yourself because that is the X factor. The X factor is being incredibly unreasonable with yourself without anybody knowing the amount of work that you do. Because when they find out, and they're only going to find out by you complaining, they're going to want to shut you down. And you don't want that. You don't want that kind of behavior. You don't want that kind of influx of people discouraging you because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. So coming back to the main thing, which is 3 months have passed. Q1, as they say, Q1 quarter, the first quarter of the year, 3 months, 25% of the entire year is gone. 3 months gone. You'll never see it again, ever. So then the question is, what is the next 3 months going to look like? And what are you doing every day? And this is the point. The point is that what are you doing daily? Because for people that want to get in shape, I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no shortcut, none whatsoever. And that's one of those things that you cannot bypass anything. Even if you take steroids, even if you take testosterone or whatever other drug that you're going to take, you still have to diet. You still have to work out like a maniac. There still needs to be disciplined. You still need to be incredibly disciplined. You have to sleep at a certain time. You have to wake up at a certain time. You have to drink a certain amount of water per day in order for you to be fit. Now, if you're not used to it and you're hanging around the wrong people who are not fit, well, then it's going to make it almost impossible for you to do that. And plus, if you're complaining about how much you have to do in order for you to get fit, you're never going to get there. So my question to you is, what are you doing on a daily basis for you to get where you want to be in 3 months? And here's the perspective, is that how you feel every single day when you wake up, how you feel is an indication of what you have to do on a daily basis. Because if you feel unsatisfied and you feel unfulfilled, it's not anything but for you to know you have to do more. So the worse that you feel, the more that you need to do. the harder it is. So here's the thing. You know how people say it's so hard? I don't want to do it because it's hard. Or I love this when people say this. They say, I'm not good at math. And then you ask them, you're like, how much have you tried? They're like, not much. I don't like math. Well, I mean, how good are you going to get on anything if you're not going to try really hard? If you're not going to, try and fail and ask tutors and, come up with wrong answers and figure it out. Anybody's good at math as long as you actually do it. So same thing with anything else, really. Like if you get up and you feel like garbage, well, then you have to ask yourself, what can I do to not feel that way? And automatically the answer is going to come to you. Automatically. Like automatically. And that is pain. Because if you're waking up not being fulfilled, if you're waking up saying to yourself, man, this sucks, or I have a lot to do, or whatever feeling you're waking up, you know yourself. No one knows this except for you. That is pain. And you're ignoring the pain. You're numbing the pain with something, either with social media, with movies, with chocolate bars, whatever it is. What you're doing is that you're numbing the pain. Instead of actually dealing with the pain, you're numbing the pain. And that's why you keep waking up feeling like garbage. So ask yourself, what can I do? Not why am I feeling the pain? Don't ask that question. That's a very bad question. It's what can I do to get rid of this pain? That's what you have to ask. What can I do? Because the answer is always do more, not less, more. That's always the answer. As a matter of fact, my own personal philosophy and mantra is do more, not less. That is it. That's my philosophy. That's my grandiose philosophy. Yes, I have a sentence where I describe my philosophy about living in excellence with respecting my time, my duties, and my family. Yes, I have a philosophy, but my primary philosophy that I live by every single day is do more, not less. Something bothers you, do more. Something is missing, do more. Because if you're lamenting, if you keep looking at the past in your mind, because that's where it exists, if you keep looking at the past in your mind, nothing's ever going to change. Because all you're doing is when you're focusing your energy on the past, you are subconsciously trying to change the past, which is in vain. It's never going to happen ever. Not once. Don't dream of it. Time machines don't exist. They'll never exist. It's a waste of time. And now you have 3 months that have gone through where all you were doing is thinking about the past instead of thinking about the future and what you have to do. Now, check this out. This is going to blow your mind. Not this one, the next one. Small steps equals big leaps. Now, if ever you've climbed a mountain, if you ever climbed a mountain, or not climbed a mountain, rather, if you hiked a mountain. So I hiked a mountain with my buddy back in 2018. We went to Machu Picchu, okay, in Peru, and we hiked to Machu Picchu, and it took a few days. Now, every single day, every single hour, every single minute, we took one step. Like it was literally one step. It wasn't too much. Yes, it was a lot, but it wasn't too exerting at that point. But when you looked up, you're like, man, that's a big mountain that we're gonna do this. I don't know how long it's gonna take us. You think it's only gonna take us 3-5 days? Well, when you look back after the first day, you ask yourself, I did all that. And that is just one step at a time. Now, this is going to blow your mind. This one. And this is where this is going to end. Now, if I were to give you two choices, the first choice is I were to say to you, I'm going to give you $3 million. Or I will give you 1 penny, but I'm going to double that penny every single day for 31 days. Which one would you pick? Let's say you're like, heck no, I'm not taking the penny. I have things to do. I'm taking the $3 million. So you take the $3 million. And your friend, takes the 1 penny that gets doubled every day for 31 days. Look what happens. Day 1, you seem like the smart person because he only has a penny. Day 2, same thing. Day 5, he's got 16 pennies. You're still the smarter one. Day 10, he's only got $5.12. Day 20, skipping over all these days where now you're feeling like the king because you're like, man, my friend, I feel so bad for him. Maybe I should give him a few bucks. He's only got $5,243. But this is where the magic happens. And this is the whole point of me telling you about the step-by-step, the do more, the don't worry about what's going on in the past. Just focus on doing more. Because day 20 to 31, that's where the magic happens. Up until day 20, every single day, and the 31-day thing is obviously it's a metaphor, okay? And it's a metaphor of how you should be living your life. We should all be living our lives, one day at a time in motion. Now check this out. Day 31, this is 11 days, people. So 20 days, he felt like a joke, this guy, your friend, because you took $3 million. Day 31, your friend has $10,737,000. So this is what is called the compound effect. And this is from a book called The Compound Effect. Okay, I believe it's called the compound effect. But in any case, this is what's called compounding. And Einstein called it, I think, the eighth wonder of the world or something like that. But it's incredible because you don't know when that's going to hit. You have no clue. No one knows when that's going to hit. But when it hits, baby, it hits. And your mark makes a significant difference if you've been doing your craft, if you've been working on your craft every single day. Again, I'm going to strike the example of myself. And by the way, this is the end of it because look, there's nothing else after that. I'm going to take my example because this is my podcast and I get to talk about myself sometimes. So I'm going to take my example and my example of my transformation of 3 months. My body transformation. I showed the before and after and 2 of the other podcasts or something like that. And in order for me to get to that state, I'm telling you right now, the first month, I almost saw no results. I kid you not. The second month, I started to see a little bit of results. The third month is when I started to really see the results. That's when all these pictures that you see, like of me looking jacked and whatever, that's when they started really appearing at that moment. But trust me, every single day I was putting in effort. Every single day I was being disciplined with my food. Every single day I was disciplined in the gym. I slept early. I woke up early. I had a regimen exactly of what I wanted to eat. Exactly. I prepped it. The week before, I had everything prepped. And I even took pictures and I posted it for you guys to see. And I did this every single day. And nothing truly happened up until the third month. And then I started seeing the results that I wanted to see. And that's my own experience. Now, if you were to take it and I want to talk about, my podcast experience, I haven't hit the point where I want to hit, but I'm telling you right now, the first 30 days, I didn't see anything. The first 45 days, I didn't see anything. It was not until I think it was day 55-ish, day 55, day 56, when I started seeing, I'm like, my goodness, I'm actually a lot better on the camera as I was before, from when I was before. Like, if you were to compare my day one, and if I would challenge you to go all the way back to how I was in day one, you're not going to see the same kind of energy, the same kind of fluidity, the same kind of flow in my speech, the same kind of comfort that I have with you right now with the camera and you watching. I don't have that same level of comfort. I didn't have that same level of skill set. And now you can only imagine what's going to happen by day 300. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's not going to be the same as today. That's for sure. So everything takes time. The compounding effect works. And my friends, you've got what it takes for you to do what you've always wanted to achieve. Because I believe in you. And here it is. Here it is. Me rooting for you. Here it is. And I'm telling you, you should go for it. Have a good night. And as always, keep smiling.